bonus vid. You know what? It's Saturday. We got a big show tonight. UFC 291 on pay-per-view, supporting our Lafayette brother, the Diamond Dustin Poirier, taking on Gaethje for the second time in 5 years. And to top it off, we got the Great American Bash tomorrow night on Peacock. We're going to do our predictions and a little lanyard for you for both of these shows on this bonus live stream edition of the World Elite Podcast. Let's go.
So what does it mean to be a raging Cajun? Southwest Louisiana, wreck your face, man. Still don't get it in, I'ma let you know. All you gotta do is come and join the show.
Well, hello again, everybody. We are the High Strip Hot, your weekly unfiltered wrestling and entertainment. And it's great for me to say, welcome to the World Elite Podcast. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts. We're on YouTube as well. And the Hostly Trio is back for a bonus vid today. Of course, I'm your host, Marcus, and Marcus Elite 337 on Twitter. He's Dylan. He's Jordan. What's up, guys?
Not too much, man. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Just still recovering from a fantastic week in Florida. I had a wonderful time with family, my loved one, and my son. So it was great. Can't wait to do it again in the future, which I feel like it's every 2 years we do a beach vacation. Usually we do like a beach trip one year, like a fall or a winter vacation the following year, and we go back to a beach trip. But I see why you hate sand with a passion. That's what the shit I went through earlier this week. Man.
Yeah, no, I've seen the pictures and whatnot. It was pretty rough, man. I've seen you buried in the sand and all that. It just made my skin crawl seeing that. I'm like, there ain't no way I could do that.
I mean, I've always wanted to do that, and it just hit me at the last second. Like, I'm trying to build a kick-ass sandcastle. I stole all my nephew and my son's buckets that are shaped like sand castles. I'm trying to make this. I've always wanted to make a super mega size one. And every time they see me build it, they laugh. They do that evil laugh, and they come stomp on it like bullies. And I get mad, so I'm like, I'm about to dig myself a fucking grave. I'm digging, like, I'll go about 3 or 4 feet down, and then I was like, I just put myself in the hole, and I let them just, like, cover me up, and I go up to my neck, and then my sister is like, oh, my God, I'm gonna make a mermaid sand body out of you. So it came out pretty good. What's up, guys? We got Vincent Delgado, Justin from the End Time Wrestling Podcast, all tuning in, and, of course, Tino. What's up from Tino's Time, all tuning in. But the only thing I watched a little bit of wrestling, shockingly. I watched Collision. I watched a little bit of Raw. That's the only wrestling I watched out there, and I definitely ate. Especially pizza. I ate 2 famous pizza joints down there. I went to Hungry Howie's in Fort Walton. Awesome pizza, like maybe the best sauce. If you see the pepperonis look like they're flipped inside out, like those poppers that you use to do stress relief, that means the pizza's going to be badass. Or if you're a big fan of Detroit style or deep dish like I am, you got to go to Jets in Destin, like the best Detroit style pizza in the state of Florida. Made like the cheese, the edging, the cheese edge, where it's like super thin. It's like a burnt crust, and it's just absolutely amazing. Like, doesn't get any better than that. And we cooked a lot out there too. Like, the only time I went 8 hours that we ran to get pizza, but it was fantastic. Had a great trip. I didn't want to come back. Like, you ever get that like emotional feeling, like when your vacation's over and you just want to break down and cry because you got to go back to reality and you got to go back to the bullshit, the real world. But it's like as soon as you lay in that bed, it's like, I'm fine. And you wake up the next morning all energized and ready to go. That's me every vacation I come home from. Because I didn't want to leave Florida. So, what's up, Jordan?
Not too much.
Ready for tonight? I am. Gonna be. Did y'all watch SmackDown last night? I know this is the second time they come in our state, and I didn't get to go to the shows. So look like a decent show last night. I watched a little bit of it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's like I kind of died down from it after LA Knight beating Ashante, and then I just skipped most of it until I got to the main event, and I watched Jey Uso and Grayson Waller's main event match, which wasn't bad. And then they're going to be in Houston Monday night for Raw, and unfortunately, I won't be there. I wouldn't have been able to go anyway. Wish I would have taken that road trip to Austin tomorrow as well, but I'm not going to be there either for that. So I'm going to be tuning in. So we're here to talk. Our main talk is the Great American Bash tomorrow night. But first, tonight they got a big UFC fight tonight. Fight 5 years in the making. Their last meeting came back in April. That wasn't on pay-per-view. They had a free fight on Fox that turned out to be one of the biggest fights of 2018. And I'm talking about our boy from our hometown boy, the Diamond Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. They met in 2018. It went 4 rounds. Dustin Poirier won by TKO in just 33 seconds. And they said it was one of the biggest fights of the year. And it took about 5 years to finally have them cross paths again. But this time they're fighting for that. They're fighting for that BMF title belt. That was bad motherfucker. This is what it means.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to give me a little back history on this freaking title belt. I've seen like shots of it. I don't remember watching any fights of it, but like I swore in the video package I shared, they had The Rock like holding the belt up in the crowd. Is he the one that started that shit, or was this something Dana White started? Where's Bakley when you need him?
I don't recall the history of it.
So, but anyhow, so while he pops that up, Jordan, where are you watching it tonight?
I don't watch it on my phone.
You ordered it, or are you using Dylan's account to watch it?
No, just
we
finding a way to watch it on the phone.
We stream it the way, and we stream it the way the FBI could come at our door any second.
Yeah, y'all have fuck, what's it called? I used to have one of those. It's like one of those little boxes where you can like catch any pay-per-view for free or sporting event for free. It's one of those jailbroke boxes.
It's
like a
just
fire
a
stick. Like a fire stick. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's a
like
website though.
Stick. Well, I heard you can like Google what you want to watch, and they have links that pop up, and you can watch it for free. But I'm scared to click on them because it could be a hacker, it could be a virus, it could be a spam, and then I'm really screwed.
Yeah,
I'm doing the usual. I'm going to Buffalo Wild Wings tonight. I haven't been there in a long time, and this is our brand new one we have down here. This is only the second time I'm going to it. It's been about a year old since they rebuilt this new one. It's a lot better. It's a lot bigger. And they got more TVs in the bar, loops around the whole freaking restaurant, and it goes outside too. So it's going to be fun. Mm-hmm. While you still look for that, I'm like, why don't we just go ahead and predict this card real quick? They got 2 early preliminary fights on. You can watch on the UFC Fight Pass. We got Miranda Maverick taking on Priscilla Cachoeira from the women's flyweight division. This is a quick one right here. Who y'all got winning that one?
I guess I'll go Miranda Maverick.
Yeah, I'll go her too.
We'll keep it a clean sweep. I'm gonna go with that too. Then the welterweight, you got Matthew Semselberger versus Uros Meat. Am I saying it right? Uros Medic or Medic?
I guess.
Let's skip that. Let's skip that one. You know what? Let's see if you guys know any. Let's see. Preliminary card. These are on ESPN. You got Jake Matthews and Darius Flowers in the welterweight division.
Jordan, you go first.
I'll go Jake Matthews.
All right.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him too. Then the middleweight, you got Roman Kopylov versus Claudio Ribeiro.
The second one.
Claudio?
I'll go Roman.
I'm going to go with Roman too. That's it, Kopylov or Kopylov. They always got weird last names. Then in the catchweight, you got CJ Vergara versus Vincius Salvador.
I don't know why we do these. We don't know who any of these people are.
Well, I know who CJ is. I've only remembered him in like one of his last fight or two. Like
We should have just did the main
some
event.
people, no, it's the co-main event of the preliminary card. There's one more before we get
Wait,
to
we
the
doing
main
the prelims?
card. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did the early prelim, and then we just doing the prelim. We got
Oh my
one more to pick after that.
Oh my god. I don't know who any of these people are. Okay. I don't know. Jordan, you go first if he ever asked to fight. I forgot who he asked.
This is
I'll
just to
go
get you
CJ.
hyped up. This is just to get you hyped up before we predict the main card. So yeah, I'm going with CJ. And then this is your final
care about the
preliminary match.
I like about a main event. I don't know the rest.
This is your final preliminary match because I'm gonna end up watching these because if you go to beat ups to watch these fights, you have to watch the preliminary card if you want to get a good spot. So I'll be watching these fights, but all right, this is the last one before we get to the main card. Gabriel Bonfim versus Trevon Giles. Or Trevin Giles, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll go with the second guy.
Trevin Giles.
Traven. Yeah.
Trevin Giles. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been saying his name wrong. It's Trevin Giles or Giles, whatever. All right, main card. Here we go. In the welterweight class, we get Michael Chaisey versus Kevin Holland.
I'll go Kevin Holland.
I'll go Michael.
I'm going to go with Kevin Holland. Then in the lightweight, we get Tony Ferguson versus Bobby Green.
I'll go Ferguson.
I'll go Bobby Green.
Bobby Green. He said Bobby Green. I'm going to go with Bobby Green as well. Now, if I didn't tell you this, we don't just have one guy from Louisiana fighting on the card. We have two. We got our other boy, Derek Lewis. He's fighting Marcos Rogero de Lima.
Jesus. You go first, Jordan.
I'll go Derek Lewis.
Yeah. I mean, that seems to be. I mean, Derek Lewis is that guy that goes like, he can only go like a couple of rounds before he's gassed, and it's gonna be one of those fights where it either ends in a knockout or it's going straight to a decision because he's not going to the ground. He's not going to submission you or nothing. So yeah, I'll go Derek Lewis, but I wouldn't be surprised if he goes like the second round and he gets knocked out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Derek Lewis wins probably like by a unanimous decision. Be lucky if he can go three 5-minute rounds. All right, co-main event for the light heavyweight class, we got Jan Blachowicz versus Alex Pereira.
Yeah, I'm going Blachowicz.
Me too.
I'm going him too.
And then the main event, the rematch, the Diamond, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje. I'm pretty sure I know who we're all picking here, but predict how it ends. Is it going to end by TKO, knockout, submission, split decision, unanimous decision? How does the Diamond win unless you're picking Gaethje to win?
Oh no, I'm going Dustin Poirier. I think, and to make it fun, I'm gonna do a round. I'm gonna do a third round knockout for Poirier.
Okay. I'll go decision.
Decision. I'm gonna say a roundhouse kick to the face. I'd like to see a second roundhouse kick to the face, and he wins that BMF title, which I would consider it being the FTW title of UFC or the 20, maybe not the 24/7 title. I'll say the FTW title of the UFC.
Yeah.
So we'll go with that. So still nothing on that BMF title because I if you can't find it, then I really have no interest in that belt. I just want to see Poirier get another win.
I guess I was having Wi-Fi issues because I never once heard you ask me to look for the history of the BMF title.
I thought you said you were looking up the history or something. That's why I said I handed it off to
I never said I was. Oh no, I was having some internet issues, and I think I must have heard it. I must have missed it. So, whoops.
Oh, that's okay. Well, luckily I found what it says about this championship, it it encapsulates the bravado, audacity, and sheer fighting spirit that defines the UFC. Despite its high-profile debut, many fans consider the BMF title as just another marketing gimmick by the UFC, and it's not recognized as an official championship. So basically,
Oh,
it's like the FTW title.
pretty
So,
much.
here, I'll make it a little fun here. Before we even get to our Great American Bash predictions, I just gotta ask, what in the hell were you thinking putting that dipshit on our thumbnail?
All right, so the main reason why I watch NXT right now is to see Dominic. Dominic winning the title was probably the best call they made in a while. Wesley had a good run with it, but right now, who else are you going to put it on to even bring any sort of spotlight to that title? I think Dominic is the best thing going right now, and I had to add it. I seen that picture. I'm like, man, I said we got to do some sort of prediction show for a Great American Bash so I can put this guy on the thumbnail just to piss Marcus off.
Well, he was the last person I thought of. Like when I heard we were doing one, I'm like, okay, I had three options. I figured you were gonna have either Carmelo Hayes, Ela Dragunov, or my boy Tony D.
Mm.
So, oh God, we got another one here. But speaking of him, let's talk about this. So you remember they announced Survivor Series is going to be in Chicago. Why are they doing SmackDown versus Raw? They are just fucking hopping everywhere like car hops at Sonic. Judgment Day is supposed to be on Raw. You got dipshit holding a championship in NXT. They've also been appearing on SmackDown. Just go back to War Games for this year's Survivor Series. I'd rather see a War Games than a false SmackDown versus Raw battle for brand supremacy when nobody competes on their own respective brands. What's up, Tim King? Nice gear, by the way. So they got merchandise now. I wish I could wear a Bloodline Entertainment Network shirt. But what do you think they should go back to War Games, or you want to give them a try with this battle for brand supremacy like it's 2005 or 6 all over again?
No, I think I would have kept War Games because, yeah, just like you mentioned, there's no reason why you're doing like a brand split going against each other style pay-per-view because there's no brand split right now. The WWE draft was a complete joke because everyone is appearing on every single on every single TV show right now. You got, like you mentioned, Judgment Day is supposed to be exclusive to what, Raw or SmackDown? I forgot.
Raw.
And they're on SmackDown. I mean, everyone is hopping to each show. So I would have kept it War Games. There's no reason to do Raw versus SmackDown because everyone's on every show. So it doesn't pay to do that Raw SmackDown. I would have kept it War Games.
Yeah, I would have kept it War Games too.
Yeah, I love War Games. It's awesome. They know how to do it the proper way. And I like that name better than Blood and Guts. Judgment Day is absolutely overexposed. They're trying hard to book them like the Bloodline, and it'll never work. Well, here, I want to get your guys' advices on something, and especially the ones that play 2K23. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments too. So I finally made my own faction. So it's myself, Austin Theory, LA Knight, and Grayson Waller. We're called the Raging Effect.
It's not bad.
And I'm thinking I want to do a War Games match at Survivor Series when we get to November. And I had a couple of team options. I would either want to put my team against Judgment Day. That's including JD McDonough being the fourth guy with Finn, Dom, and Damian. The OC with Shinsuke. Or the Brawling Brutes with Drew McIntyre. Or the LWO. Who should I start a feud with for War Games?
I'd probably go with Judgment Day simply because that faction, I guess they're trying to build is like, I wouldn't necessarily say like a powerhouse, but like Justin said, they're overexposed. They're showing them a lot. So I feel like if you're going to put them against somebody, I think Judgment Day is the way to go. And they need to add JD at some point to the Judgment Day.
What about you, Jordan?
Yeah, I'll say the Judgment Day.
Yeah, I was thinking long and hard. I'm like, I'm either going to use Judgment Day for War Games, or I might wait for them at WrestleMania or something. We'll get there. Yeah, Justin said go against Judgment Day. I get to beat up Dominic more. I already beat him once. Look at that. So NXT, I'm slowly processing watching it every Tuesday because I enjoy it. No, I want Rhea in there. Yeah, well, I wish I can do intergender matches on 2K23, but unless I create a male to look like a Rhea Ripley, then I can make it happen. I'm sure I can find one in Community Creations because I download I download a lot of wrestlers we don't have in that game already on that. And better arenas. Like when I did my Great American Bash, I downloaded an arena from there. It was way better than what came with the game. So just did mine. But anyhow, so yeah, I have slowly been watching NXT every Tuesday night because it's been getting a lot better. Everyone's starting to step up. I didn't unfortunately watch it this week, but I caught up with it on Twitter. I'm looking. I laughed hysterically. I watched the promo when Ali told Dominic that like you stole. It's like you stole your dad's moves. He's talking about stole the fucking frog splash and the 619. It was the funniest thing ever. But I'm excited that they finally took the Great American Bash as a premier live event and not just a USA special. I'm so glad they gave it its own show. And then they're finally going out of Florida. They're actually going to Texas for the first time ever in the history of the Bash. So, what on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your hype level for the Great American Bash tomorrow night?
I think a fair, like personal rating is like probably like a 7 out of 10. I think that's fair. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a good show. Yeah,
absolutely. That is a fair rating there. What you got, Jordan?
I'll go with 8.
I'm gonna keep it in between y'all. You said a 7, you said an 8. I'm gonna go a 7.5. Because I always loved the Bash. I loved it when WWE took it over, even though they got rid of it in 09. Well, I say 08, but 09, and they brought it back in 2020. But I didn't like how they used it at first. It started off as a 2-night event for free on USA, and then they finally gave it as a premier live event. Shawn Michaels did the right thing. Now he's bringing back these classic shows. And then the next premier live event is No Mercy they announced yesterday at the end of September. And that's another one people wanted back, and now NXT's taking it. What's your take on No Mercy coming back?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I love to bringing the name back. I wish they would bring the name back for more like classic style pay-per-views. So bringing back No Mercy is a cool touch. And you're seeing NXT do a lot of that, like the Great American Bash, No Mercy. Looking forward to see if they ever bring some other ones back. So cool. I mean, I love the concept that NXT's having. So I'm looking forward to that.
Jordan.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it coming back.
Yeah, the fact that it's on a Saturday and it's on a night where LSU has a road game, so I'll definitely be watching it live. Whether if they play at the same time or not, I can always have 2 TVs side by side. I'll have the game on the bigger screen and have NXT on the PC or the other television, whichever. Look forward to that. Hopefully they still do In Your House. They usually did it in the summer, but they have. I don't know if they're gonna do In Your House still, but that would be cool if they still did that. But yeah, NXT having PLE names, is a great decision. But Battleground, I was like, why'd you have to bring that back? You could have did something else. But I like them classic ones. Like, Vengeance Day, which it still should have been St. Valentine's Day Massacre. But it is what it is. But I just hope they still do Halloween Havoc. If you're doing No Mercy at the end of September, I hope they still do Halloween Havoc as a PLE and not a free show. I think they are. I think they are again, but I hope it's not a free show. I hope it's a PLE. It deserves to be a PLE. And if you make it a PLE, give everybody what they want. Bring the blown up pumpkin and bat back. I'm sure it's in the warehouse somewhere in Stanford. It's just hiding.
Yeah.
So, if you guys are ready, we will go ahead and start predicting the Great American Bash tomorrow night in Cedar Park, Texas, just outside of Austin at the HEB Center, where AEW used to go, or if they still go there. So I'm going to hand it off to Dylan and let Dylan do the predictions here.
Oh, all right. Cool. All right. So let's kick off with Gable Steveson versus Baron Corbin. I'm truly shocked that Gable Stevenson's even wrestling. You know, he got drafted to Monday Night Raw, like last year, year before, and he never showed up like ever. And now he's on NXT, and there was rumors that he was taking a time off from NXT, and now he's wrestling Corbin at the Bash. So I don't know, man. I'm for some reason I'm not into this. You know, I'm not into Steveson. Corbin's doing okay in NXT, doing a hell lot better than he was on the main roster because he was playing as the damn joke on the main roster. Now he's back to this lone wolf gimmick, which I think is cool. I wish he would have brought back the old theme song. But we'll go Jordan. I'll go next. Then Marcus, Gable Steveson, and Baron Corbin. Jordan, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Baron Corbin on this one.
It's Gable's first match.
Well, yeah, no, Gable's gonna win. I mean, it's his first match, like ever, isn't it? Like his first ever match he's wrestling.
Yes, I don't ever remember him.
He's not losing.
Like he appeared at WrestleMania last year in Dallas. I was there. He appeared both nights. Like he came out and just like waved like Miss America and just said hello to everybody. And then night 2, he had that segment with Chad Gable where he did that press slam after that tag match. And that's all we saw him do. And he went back. But a lot of people hate Gable Steveson now all of a sudden. Something in the real world that happened that people are not happy about.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, at least we're finally get to see what he can do, and I'm all in for it. Baron Corbin, I'm glad he's bringing the Lone Wolf character back. I wish he would grow his hair out back, even though he's got that big bald spot on the top of his head. There is a thing called Rogaine or that other shit you could spray to put some hair back in your bald spot or your cow tongue or whatever. But I got Gable Steveson winning.
Yeah. I said, but Gable Stevenson's not losing his first match on the NXT roster. You know, he was doing that NXT Underground as well, but like first actual match is this. So Corbin's not winning, unfortunately. So we get to our next match, Roxanne Perez versus Blair Davenport. I'm actually looking forward to this one. You know, Roxanne's someone I've truly liked in NXT so far, and Blair Davenport I've also enjoyed. So should be a really fun one. Jordan, who we got?
I'm gonna go with Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Roxanne as well. She's gonna be on the main roster soon. She's proven that she has what it takes to be on the main roster, but I don't think you move her anytime soon. You know, the women's division isn't that big now on NXT. I know they moved some people to the main roster, so maybe you keep her there for a little while longer. But yeah, I think this feud with Blair Davenport has been pretty good since Blair was the one who attacked her that one time. I haven't really kept up with NXT too much, so I haven't really kept up with their rivalry as of late. But yeah, Roxanne, I think, wins this match, and I'm not sure if it's their only meeting they'll have, but it should be a good one.
Remember, it's also a Weapons Wild match, so there's going to be weapons involved. Yes. Plus, it's in Texas. She's a Texas girl. She's from the border. She's from Laredo. It's going to feel like homecoming to her, even though it's about 4 hours away from where she grew up. But I'm going with the Texas girl. I'm going with Roxanne Perez to win. Now, remember, you did miss a match. There is a match on the pre-show. I don't remember them doing pre-show matches, but they did do one at Stand and Deliver.
I don't care about this pre-show match.
I don't even think I'm going to watch it either. What is it? It's freaking it's an 8-person mixed tag. That's all I remember.
Yeah, it's like with Noam Dar and all them. I don't care about that.
All right. Oh, if that's the case, then I don't want to predict that.
Me either.
Wait, it's Dragon Lee, Nathan Frazier, Yalisha Leon, and Valentina Feroz versus the Metaphor. Oh my, the Metaphor? That's your faction? Noam Dar, the metaphor. Very
Mhm.
clever, Noam. Very clever. You, Aura Mensa, Jakar Jackson, and Lash Legend. Who's the one in the fucking wheelchair? Like, if you haven't been keeping up with NXT, there's somebody that they're wheeling around in a wheelchair, like he's handicapped.
Is
I
it
remember
Noam
seeing
Dar?
that. Well, I thought Noam Dar had short hair.
No, he has longer hair now.
Oh, let's see. I didn't remember that. See, the last time I watched NXT, it was I was recording SummerSlam with Jordan, and I was watching it on mute. And I was barely looking at the television because I was looking at Jordan. And the last thing I remember looking on television, we're going to talk about later, that I'm very excited for. So yeah, Noam Dar has long hair now. Damn, his hair must grow really
Mhm.
fast, because I swore when I watched his match at Battleground, he had short hair, and now all of a sudden he's got long hair like a female already. Unless he's got weaves in his hair. His hair must grow really fast. He's an animal. All right, I'm sorry. Back to you.
So then we get to a tag team match for the NXT Tag Team Champions. We have Gallus taking on the Family, Tony D'Angelo, and Stax. Jordan, who you got? This should be a good one.
I'm gonna go with Gallus.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna see what the comments say here, but in my opinion, I think this storyline with the D'Angelo family is the second best thing in WWE outside the Bloodline. I loved everything about the storyline where they were like in a bar with Gallus and another tag team, and they got shit hammered drunk. Then Tony D'Angelo is in jail, and then he's the video packages of him doing the phone calls in prison, talking to Channing Stacks, and they're like trying to get him out. And then he has a match where if he wins, then the charges were dropped and he's free, or if he loses, then he remains in prison. And then Channing Stacks wins the match, and then they had the family reunion the night Jordan and I recorded SummerSlam 2016. And Gallus comes out. One of the coolest shots ever. The whole D'Angelo family in the ring with crowbars, ready to beat down Gallus. Like, that was so cool, including the old ass man.
Yeah.
Like, that was awesome. And it's time for Tony D to hold a championship. So I got the family, Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo, becoming your new NXT Tag Team Champions. No offense to my Scottish brothers, Gallus. Y'all were a kick-ass tag team, but I'm going with Tony D in this one. And if you don't like it, forget about it.
Yeah. Then we get a triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. We have the champion, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, with Rhea Ripley taking on Wesley and Mustafa Ali. Jordan, I will let you go first. I'll go. I know Marcus has a little spill on it, so let's go. Who you got?
Marcus's favorite wrestler. I'm going Dominic. Dirty Dom.
I'm gonna go Dominic as well, because what's the purpose of taking it off of him right now? You know, if you're gonna put it back on Wesley, what was the purpose of taking off of him to begin with? And isn't this like a little like NXT run for Mustafa Ali before he goes back to the main roster? So this makes no sense to take it off of Dom right now. Dom is bringing some more spotlight to this title that Wesley was already doing with it. So while Wesley had a great run with it, I think you keep it on Dominic for some time before you take it off of him. So I don't think you pull it off of him just yet. Maybe wait till the next either NXT special they have on a Tuesday or another PLE they do somewhere down the road. But let Dominic keep it right now. He deserves some gold on him right now with the character he has. I don't think you take it off of him anytime soon. So Dirty Dom is going to remain the NXT North American champion.
I am going to be rooting for Ali. Dom's going to get the ass beat the hell out of him, but he's going to find a way to retain. So it hurts me saying this, Dom's going to retain the championship with the help of Mommy, or if we get a surprise appearance from Damian Priest or Finn Balor to help him retain, or maybe somebody else. But Dom's going to be one of them champions that doesn't successfully retain on his own. He always got to have help, and it's going to get him more hated and more heat. And something tells me somewhere down the road, all 4 members of Judgment Day are going to have championship gold. They're trying to turn them into the next faction. The last faction to do that was the Undisputed Era, to have all gold. And Evolution was another one that was like that. So they're trying to turn Judgment Day into a faction like this. Like, people believe Finn Balor is going to win the world title at SummerSlam. We'll see when that time comes. And then with Damian Priest, if he cashes in on that, or if he cashes in on a mid-card title. But possibly by the end of the year, I'll say by the end of the year, all 4 members are going to have championship gold at the same time. I just don't know what Finn and Damian's going to have. Dom's going to have this. Rhea's going to have the women's world title. Or what's the other 2 going to have? But in a few months, they'll all 4 be champions at the same time.
So the people are calling for JD McDonough to join the Judgment Day. What if this is the way he does it by helping Dominic win at the Bash, and he joins Judgment Day right there?
Everyone thinks
that's something to look at.
That is something to look at, but people think he's going to be a replacement. Like, either Damian's going to go on his own, or they're going to kick him out, and JD's going to fill in for him. I would like to see him and the all 5 together instead of just a 4-man. Like, let be 4-man and a female, if that's the case. But I don't want to see JD as a replacement. I want to just see him as an add-on, be a 5-person faction.
Yeah, same here, because I love the chemistry from the Judgment Day. You know, they're hanging out every time they show up to a show. They're always posting their pictures on the internet and whatnot. I absolutely love their chemistry. So I don't think you take one of them out. You know, I don't think you take Damian out, Finn out. I think a way that you can possibly take out one of them, which I hope they don't go this route, is at SummerSlam. If Finn beats Seth, then I think Damian cashes in maybe, and that's a way you take one of them at the Judgment Day. Like if Finn wins the world title, then Damian goes to cash in, then like one of them hits Finn, and then that's their way of getting Finn at the Judgment Day. Finn don't need the Judgment Day, but I don't think Damian needs them either. So SummerSlam is really one to look at right there. I'm looking forward to seeing how all that pans out. But yeah, I think this is a cool way you could possibly bring in JD is at the Bash to Judgment Day. You know, you haven't seen him in a while, and you haven't seen these conversations with him and Finn Balor lately. Maybe they're waiting on something, but it would be a cool way to bring him in is by helping Dom win.
We'll see. But speaking of SummerSlam, join us Thursday, August 3rd, our SummerSlam prediction show right here on YouTube and on Facebook.
Yep. Then we get I'm not sure the order going in match-wise, but if I was booking it, co-main event right here for the NXT Women's Champion, Thea Hale, taking on the champion, Tiffany Stratton. Jordan, who do we have?
I'm on Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, me too. You know, it would be cool for Thea Hale. She would easily be like the youngest champion. I think she's only like 19, 20 years old. So it would be a cool way to do it. But Tiffany's not losing. You know, she worked her ass off for this title, finally got it. She ain't losing it anytime soon. So I think it's going to be a better match than what people are expecting. But no, Tiffany's going to win. I don't think it's going to be a long match either. You know, Tiffany's going to hit her with that beautiful moonsault, and she's going to walk away with the title. So I don't think they switch title hands just yet.
Well, before I make my prediction, I was just looking at some of the old comments. Yeah, I would love if they change his name back to Jordan Devlin as the Irish Ace. Like that sounds better. JD McDonough sounds like an Irish high school, because we have a high school in New Orleans called McDonough 35.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyhow, yeah, Tiffany Stratton did work her ass off to get that title, and they kind of aroused us. Everyone thought she was going to be a babyface, but she went back to being a heel, being that rich daddy's girl. I got the championship, waving her purse around and all that. But man, I love Chase University, man, I need to get me a Chase U shirt ASAP. I love the student section they have at every show in the corner. And as much as I hated him at first, but God, I fucking love the MVP, Duke Hudson and Chase U. Andre Chase, Duke Hudson, Thea Hell. I wish they would add more people to the group, become like a massive faction, like be like the NWO. Just fill it up with like 20 people if you have to. Just doing the U like the Miami Hurricanes, wearing the black and red and just holler and Chase U, and then spelling it when you're hitting the person like CHASEU. I love Chase U. And as we could say, I am a graduate from Chase University in wrestling podcasting.
Nice.
So, hey, Justin, remember we were talking about that? I said if they needed a mascot, they could be the Chase U Schisms when they had that feud at Stand and Deliver. Yeah. Chase U over Alpha Academy, definitely. But I like Alpha Academy. I was never a fan of Otis, but I love Chad Gable. But yeah, I would rather Chase. If they were two schools, if I had a scholarship to go to Chase U or Alpha Academy University, I would go to Chase U over AAU. What would y'all choose? If you had a scholarship and you were about to have National Signing Day, what hat are you grabbing? You grabbing the Chase U Schisms or the Alpha Academy Shooshes? You want to be a schism or a shoe? You gonna be a shoosh or a schism?
I'll do Chase U.
Yeah, Chase U. Still want to know what a schism even. Yeah, what a schism even would be. I guess a schism's like a lunatic. Like they're considering schism as like a cult faction. When I hear a cult, I think of people that either want to go to God or go to Satan, and they're going to drink poison Kool-Aid to go meet their maker or their worshiper. That's what when I think of cults. And I ain't talking about the horse or the middle brother of Three Ninjas. So, I'm picking Tiffany Stratton to retain. By the way, I think Thea Hale puts on a hell of a performance, but she's gonna be like this close, but doesn't win the title. Not just yet. Tiffany retains and keeps it a few more months.
Yeah. Alrighty. Main event: Carmelo Hayes defending the NXT Championship against Ilya Dragunov. I'm interested in this one. I think it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be just, I wouldn't necessarily say like one of those brawls that Dragunov just had with Dijak, where Dijak just beat the shit out of him the whole time. It's going to be a different style match. So looking forward to seeing. Jordan, who you got?
I'm going with Carmelo Hayes.
Going Carmelo Hayes as well. I don't see him losing this championship anytime soon. Still, I know he's been champion for a little bit now since I believe Stand and Deliver. I don't think he's going to lose it right now. Dragunov's good. He, like I mentioned, he just had that fantastic brawl with Dijak where he took a lot of abuse during this match. Seen a lot of people saying this was a tough one to even watch, and I thought it was good, but it's definitely going to be one of those runnings for match of the night. I think it's going to be a fantastic match. But Carmelo Hayes is Carmelo Hayes, man. This guy's not going to lose it. I don't even know who on that NXT roster could even dethrone him right now. That's how good he is right now. So I'm definitely looking forward to it, but I am choosing the champ to stay champ in this one.
The main question is, who is the heel here? Is Dragunov a heel? Because I think he's also a babyface.
I don't really think that we're gonna have a heel in this match. Carmelo's playing the babyface role, and so is Dragunov. So I don't think we're getting a heel in this match. I think we're doing face versus face, and it's gonna be a good match.
I'm shocked. I'm not calling nothing or predicting anything, but I would not be surprised if at the last second it turns into a triple threat because it's so strange not seeing Braun Breaker on this card. And I would not be surprised if he finds a way in this and makes it a triple threat just to take the pinfall. Unless they put him in an impromptu match with Von Wagner, which he speared the hell out of him out of his boots. But I think they're saving that for NXT next week or in 2 weeks. But Carmelo retains, whether if it stays one-on-one or if at the last second they add Braun just to put him on the card and he could take the pinfall. But I got Carmelo retaining. I could see this going like 30 minutes, maybe longer. It's gonna be a hell of a match. It's gonna be a banger. It could be a match of the year nominee for NXT.
That's it, though.
Yeah, that will do it for this bonus episode. We got UFC 291 tonight on pay-per-view. We got NXT's Great American Bash tomorrow night on Peacock. It's going to be fun. Be sure to join us Thursday, August 3rd, our SummerSlam prediction show. It's going to be good. I only have one topic I'm going to bring up before we predict SummerSlam. Since AEW is going to have its 200th Dynamite episode this Wednesday, you can choose out of three or five. Give me your top 3 or top 5 favorite AEW Dynamite moments. Just Dynamite only. It could be anything. Could be a match. Could be a promo. Could a debut. It could be anything. And I'll save Dark Side of the Ring for that too, because I'm all caught up. I'm pretty sure you have, if you've caught up. I mean, we had to go all the way back to the Junkyard Dog the last time we oh no, Adrian Adonis was the last episode I did. I didn't do one on Abdullah the Butcher, and they just did Bam Bam Bigelow this week. But the last 2 are going to be the exciting ones. They got Bash at the Beach 2000 next week, and then the one you've been waiting for, Marty Jannetty, to close out season 4 of Dark Side of the Ring. So yeah, we're gonna save the DSOR talk for Thursday. But yep. So last call. You guys have any last words before we close out? Because real quick, Dustin just said either way, I have a feeling Priest is gonna surprise us and cash in on whoever wins, and with Finn possibly winning at SummerSlam, every member of Judgment Day is champion. What is he talking about? Damian cashing in at the Bash on the NXT Championship, or is he talking about cashing in on either Seth?
No, he's talking about with Damian cashing in on the winner of the match tomorrow, to where Judgment Day has all gold, and Finn and then Finn's wins at SummerSlam.
Yeah, see, if he does that, Damian Priest would be the first guy to cash in on the NXT Championship. No guy ever did that.
Mm-hmm.
He was a former North American champion. I remember that. Hell, that was one guy that should have won the NXT title the first time he got called up to the main roster. So, hey, if he does that, I'll be happy. I mean, I'll be happy for Damian because I like Damian. But it would suck for Carmelo because I had Carmelo at least going a year the most as champion.
Mm-hmm.
Hold it at least one full year or close to a year, but yep. Yeah. But you guys have anything else before we close out?
Nope.
Me either. Hope you guys enjoy y'all Saturday and y'all's weekend. Find us on Twitter at World Elite Pod. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to us on any audio platform. We're free and available wherever you get podcasts, Spotify, Google Pod, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, you name it. Just give us a 5-star rating and review. Our proud sponsors, W Energy. Just don't drink it if you want to have rapid heartbeat. Oh God, it sucks. I have to read this shit. I need to remember this. Rapid heartbeat, dizziness, severe headache, and shortness of breath. If you don't have any of that, I suggest use our promo code WorldElitePod to get 10% off for your gaming energy to do work outside or workouts, you name it. It's for all the above. Or if you want to get some swag, go to 80s Tees, our proud sponsor of the World Elite Podcast. Go to 80stees.com, use our code WorldElite to get 30% off of your order. Want some of that swag like me. But Dylan, Jordan, as always, it's always fun doing this with you. You guys enjoy UFC 291, enjoy Great American Bash. I'm sure we're all going to talk about it in our group chat. Everyone tuning in, thank you for tuning in. We will see you guys on August 3rd for our SummerSlam prediction show. It's going to be a fun one. Hope to see a lot of faces and surprises in this one, and comments and all the above. But until then, y'all have a good weekend. Enjoy everything, and we will see you guys next week.
Eyes like they're hypnotized, waiting for the end.